Hey guys, it's Dr. Taffy Hawkins, your mental performance coach from daringperformance.com and the podcast host for Dr. Taffy Dares You. I wanted to talk to you this morning about routines, so I'll make this short and sweet. Our routines are kind of what builds what our day will look like and how our experience will be as we move throughout the week. So, I firmly believe in morning routines and night routines. It just shouldn't take all day. If your morning routine is taking hour and a half, 2 hours, that's a big chunk of morning. So there are lots of people that'll start out their morning and they'll get up at 5 a.m. and they have a ritual with their coffee, which I love rituals. And then they'll journal and then they'll write their goals and then they'll do all these little things and they find that it's taken an hour and a half or 2 hours. Sometimes that just doesn't work for your schedule. And for me, I need the more abbreviated morning routine and a longer night routine. So the way that I do things in the morning, I always try to wake up and I'll just list off a few things that I'm grateful for, 3 to 5 things. And then I listen to a morning meditation every morning. And it really helps to kind of start the day a little slower and kind of that way we get to choose how we proceed in the day. Because sometimes when we don't, we just let the day get away from us and then we're like left scrambling. You know, it's 11:30 and you haven't read your pages and you didn't write down your goals today. So I want to encourage you that if you find that you're that person, maybe there's a little bit you can do in the morning and then pick up in the evening and have kind of bookends to the day for the way that you want things to go. And for me this morning, I did my meditation, but then it was a little bit busy. First thing in the morning, get my daughter ready for school and things like that. And I had a lot of new things to do, but then I come home and the first thing I do before I sit down at my computer, because I write in the mornings, before I sit down at my computer to do anything like that, I work from home. So I start a load of dishes and I start a load of clothes every morning. And then I'm not having to do that stuff all day long. Okay? Because sometimes we work from home, we feel obligated to also take care of the whole entire house while we're supposed to be working. And that's not super practical. So, my morning routine, gratitude, I'll do my meditation, I'll run and do all my little things. I try to listen to a short video in the morning as well. So, I will turn on YouTube, something motivational while I'm loading the dishwasher or while, I'm picking up clothes or sorting things away. I'll have something going, that programming going, so that I'm motivated and encouraged and have something to kind of be feeding into me. Because when we talk about consuming things, sometimes consuming is food, but it's also conversations you have, things you watch on TV, what you're listening to, okay? So it is all going into this kind of building who we are, and that is consumption as well. So I want to consume good stuff that motivates me, so when I sit down at my computer, I'm in the right headspace to write or do things for my classroom or whatever. So that is the morning routine, very abbreviated. Then in the evening, that's when I do my reading. That's when I write my goals, which seems maybe a little bit counterproductive to people. Don't you want to be focused on your goals? Well, okay, that's a great question. So one of the reasons that I do it at night is because then I will do my vision board. I'll look over my vision board. The last thing I do before I fall asleep is look over my vision board. So if I have my goals firmly in my mind and I'm looking over that vision board and it's just like when you go to sleep, it allows for that to kind of be programmed into your mind that those are the things you think about, and your brain in some magnificent ways kind of sorts out some things for you. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you've got a great idea, it's probably because it was figuring out things for you while you sleep, which is really cool. So I outsource that. I allow it to do those kind of things when I'm sleeping. And the last thing that I think about are like my goals and my dreams and what I want for this year. And that's what works for me. I also have a gratitude practice. So I wrote a book back a few years ago called Insane Gratitude. And the idea behind it is you match up your gratitude with how many days of the week it is. So right now, or the month. So right now we are on August 18th. So tonight when I'm writing out my goals, it's 18 things. And I try to make them unique from the day before. Okay, so yesterday I wrote down 17 things that I was grateful for, and today 18, and tomorrow 19. And that's kind of the way it goes. And then at the end of the month, you have all of these original things that you're super grateful for and that you've been writing it out. So there's something really special about when you write it out. And I put it in the notes in my phone. It's better if you do it by hand, but I put it in the notes for my phone. And then I can scroll through and see all the amazing things I've been grateful for the whole entire month, or even the year, if I haven't deleted them yet. So that's important. What are you doing in the morning? Set yourself up right. And in the evening to kind of help you decompress and relax. And when I work a shift at the park, I'm not going to be working there after the end of the month, and it kind of breaks my heart. But, I have goals that are outside of that. So sometimes we have to set aside the good and go for the great, and that's, what it's costing me right now. But for this particular season, this is the right thing to do. So if I get off work at an event at 1 o'clock and I drive 45 minutes home, and then you got to shower, and then you need to decompress a little bit, right? Because you just got off work, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning before you go to bed. That just doesn't work long term, and it's really hard to maintain. And you don't think about writing down your goals and doing your gratitude and, read your Bible or your 5 pages of your book or whatever. You don't want to do those things. So sometimes our routine has to change a little bit if we know that we have expectations that are kind of outliers. It's not the everyday thing, but it's something kind of crazy that we know is coming. So on Friday night, I'm going to a ball game. It's a couple hours away. I know that when I get home, after I go to a ball game that ends late and I drive 2 hours home, not going to feel like doing those things, okay? So we'll find little pockets of time to do those throughout the day to kind of keep us focused on our goals. And we want to be able to do the thing, but just, you have to be realistic. You're not going to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then another thing that I do, there's an app called Habit Share. So on there, you can put down all the things you want to do. You want to move your body every day. You want to lift weights 4 times a week. I'm practicing Spanish on Duolingo. So I want to do my Duolingo every day. And then you just go into the app and you do your little check marks and say, I did the thing. And you can actually share that. You can share it with a coach like me. You can share it with a friend. We can see this and hold each other accountable. So that's really important when you're trying to reach your goals. So that's another thing that I have in my routine is, did I do the stuff? And then did I log it? Because we say in coaching, we measure what matters. If this is important to you, then you're going to keep track of it. We're going to have a way to say, okay, I did my workout today. I didn't do it the 2 days before. And if you're not getting the results that you want, you can look back on that and say, oh, I bet I know why. I didn't do my thing for a week, And it helps us get back on track. And don't beat yourself up about it. If you messed up your morning routine or your evening routine or, you didn't do your accountability stuff, that's fine. But then we need to, if this goal is important to you, then we need to go back to the behaviors that are going to get us closer. Or I was telling a client the other day, will this make the boat go faster? Okay, you're in a boat, you're trying to get there, you're rowing the boat as hard as you can, and the habits are like every stroke of rowing the boat. So if you find that you're not getting there, you may have to look and say, oh, well, I wasn't rowing very hard today. It's going to push this goal back a little bit because I didn't do the things that I know are going to bring me closer to it. Okay, I want to thank you for watching today. I know that this was just a few quick tips to get you started in the right direction on routines. So if you like what you're hearing, I want you to go ahead and like this video. Maybe click that little subscriber button so that you always get my videos coming right to you and that you're alerted when they come out. And also, I want to just challenge you to check out the Dr. Taffy Dares You podcast because we got a lot of things on there and a lot of ways that you can level up. This is going to be your year. Okay, I'm on the sidelines and I'm rooting for you. I'll see you next time. Bye.